Hey, we're live here, people. This is Insights 2023. It's February. So, if you see my banner, I have Andre Eazy here. He's backstage. We've been waiting for a while. We're going to bring him right in right now. Get hyped. What's up, Andre Eazy?
What's up, dog? Thank you for having me. Man, I was jamming out to that intro. I almost didn't want it to end.
Yo, it gets longer and longer, I think, every time I play it. Like, it just, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I'm like, maybe I'm just ready to roll. And I'm like, it just gets longer and longer. Anyway, so this is one of my favorite dudes on the Bird app, Andre Eazy. We got to clear something up. Oh, there's your handle right there, too. People, I don't know if they can see it. Uh-oh, you went black. Faded to black. We lost him. This is what happens sometimes. This what happens.
I blame myself for that one. I was trying to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb, but it's already on Do Not Disturb. I don't know why I'm getting notifications, but
yeah, now people are getting hyped. See, so there's your handle though. The Mac the Mac named Dre, right?
Yeah.
So before we get going, I'm gonna walk you through this. We got to clear something up here. I'm gonna do it right off the jump so we get this out of the way.
For fuck's sake, man.
Yo. So look, I'm a white dude that grew up with lots of black people. I was the minority where I'm from. But look, when they say all black dudes look the same, this is different. And you might say all white dudes look the same. This looks the same. I don't care who's look at that.
Oh my God.
I gotta do it first. You know I had to do this, right?
Oh my God, I wasn't ready. I'm still not ready.
No, you're not Method Man, right? It's before the people out there that once they watch this.
I am not Method Man. No.
All right. I just wanted to clear up for the people out there because I think the real white kind of guy maybe does think you are. Like he probably can't get past it.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been hearing that for like the last 10 years now. And I've had people follow me in stores. I've had it's pretty crazy how often I hear it. I live in a little podunk town now, so I don't really hear it so much. They probably don't even know who Method Man is around these parts. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm not fucking. I'm definitely accustomed to hearing that a lot.
Yo, you ever get any booty from it? Like you ever like take it to that level or no? You're not gonna do that,
bro. I don't get booty at all these days. I would definitely love to if looking like Method, you would think looking like Method Man would get you more ass, but then they say, oh, he don't got the. Yeah, but then they see, you don't got the cash attached to.
Right.
He looks like Method Man, but he ain't got Method Man money, so it's kind of it's like
you get the
fantasy, and then you get the reality.
I worked at Bennigan's like in 2001, 2002, like long ago, and it was North Brunswick, New Jersey, and I think he had a girlfriend because Staten Island's not far, and I
believe he's been married for. I believe he's been married for a really, really long time.
Yo, he had a girlfriend in that area in 01. Like that, I mean, 01 is 22 years ago, or 21 years ago. So like 22 years ago. So I don't know, man. He was definitely down there and would get to go food. We'd be like, yo, is that that's Method Man? It's 100%. Oh, unless it was you. I mean, right? You were East Coast.
I was at the East Coast at one point, but that was very, very young. I haven't been to New York since 1995, so.
All right, so it wasn't you then. All right,
nah, it was not me.
So we cleared that up for the people, just so they know. If we get any comments, I'm gonna get back to you. I have to put my interview up because there
is there anybody watching right now?
We got two people. Well, 2 and 1. It keeps going back and forth.
Okay.
I put it back. I put it to Twitter. Sometimes you get people. Sometimes you don't. I don't really give a shit. To be honest, I like to just do what I do. So now we cleared up the meth part. Number one, this is this is going to be good from you because I know you like to mix it up. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But what's your description of MMA Twitter? I ask all that come on the show, like describe it to the people. What is MMA Twitter? And I'm gonna drink this drink, my first sip in 2 weeks because I had
MMA Twitter can be described in many, many ways. It can be I made a tweet about 4 months ago maybe, where I said it was something along the lines of me describing MMA Twitter to somebody, and it was a clip of Cat Williams, and Cat Williams was saying it is the nastiest, trashiest, most beautiful, wonderful place you have ever seen. Like, there's a lot of trash and there's a lot of good. There's a lot of really, really good people on MMA Twitter, and there's a lot of scummy people on MMA
Mhm.
Twitter. Um, when I first got on Twitter, which was about maybe 3 or 4 years ago
Yep.
now, something like that. When I first got on Twitter, I didn't really understand it at all. And I interacted with a lot of people that don't even fuck with me today.
Right.
Twitter is very clicky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's definitely certain clicks that like stick within their clicks, and if you go against anything that click stands for, they go out of their way to try to cancel you, if you will.
Yeah.
That's a that's a good way to describe it. Like, I used to, I mean, I still mess with a lot of the big MMA accounts on Twitter, but there are a lot of big accounts that don't fuck with me anymore for
Yep.
whatever reasons that may be. But I really, it just, I think it just depends on who you are, because a lot of people never have any negative experiences on Twitter, but they kind of just stay to themselves and they don't really put themselves out there. I will respond to the fucking little trolls, and I will respond to the random people that jump up on my tweets and say shit, like, because
Yeah, we're gonna
I'm
we're gonna
just
talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. I actually have a question queued up for that actual because I know this is how you roll.
I'm just too petty of a person to kind of let it go. But
You're hilarious.
I just try to manage my words very carefully, because I have been popped on Twitter like many, many, many a times, and I'm really
Yeah, you
tired.
thought you got popped the other day when Twitter was down. You're like, yeah, they got me, and then it was working again. That shit was funny. Um,
Dead ass. But
yo,
then
so
I
back
look,
to the big clicks. Yo, I think that when somebody gets over 5,000, 3 to 5,000 followers, they think they're legit famous, and they like lose their minds a bit. And like I've had those guys like not follow me back, and I'm like, I don't like. I've been watching MMA. I used to go to it in '01. Like, look, we can disagree on shit, but like I've been watching it for so long, watching it for longer than a lot of people been alive. I don't think anybody like is above me on like knowing something. So like when they don't follow me back, I'm like, who do they think they are? And then I had one run in with one of the ones you're probably talking about. I mentioned this, Dre. I said, what I was kind of just getting on how like certain cultures, like you can't marry outside your race, but they just consider it cultural, not racist. Which to me, being an American, it's racist. Like I grew up with all people, so like I said something like, if my daughter brought home a black boyfriend, I wouldn't have a problem with it. And this girl jumped on me like, yo, I think you're. She put some stupid ass woke word to it, like I'm rationalizing something. Like I wouldn't like it if she brought home a black kid or something. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? And then she got all busted up later for like some shit she did in her job. I'm not gonna mention her name, so I'm not gonna give her that.
I know
But like it was like,
exactly
yo,
what the fuck you're
what
talking about.
it's like, what the fuck are you talking about right now? Like, I'm like probably the least racist cat on the planet. Like, and like for you, like, and I just don't like when cats can say they'll disown their family member for marrying a white or black person, but it's cultural. This is America. Like, like if your daughter falls in love with whatever race, she's in love and they treat her well, who cares what color? Like, you can't, it's cultural. They get away with that. It's not racist, right? So,
You trying to get my perspective on that?
yeah, go ahead if
Or
you like.
um I mean, see me. I have a child with a white woman, so
Yep.
like when it comes to that, it's a lose-lose for me as a black man anyway. If I try to defend it in relationships, I'm an Uncle Tom or whatever the
Right,
fuck
right,
you
right.
want to
Yeah,
call
you'll get
it.
heat on the other side.
But the thing about it is, I get heat from my own mother.
Right.
Like
Well,
like my mother, like, dead ass, like, resents me for having a child with a white woman. And it's like, I didn't do it to hurt you. I didn't even think it was she my daughter wasn't planned.
mm-hmm,
And I'm not like saying that as anything against my child. I love my daughter, but
mm-hmm.
like she wasn't planned. Like, it wasn't like, I mean, it wasn't even, I was 32 when I had her. Like, I didn't even think it was even in the cards for me to have children at that point in time. But she
And
lied
there she
about
is.
being she lied about being on birth control. There my
Mhm.
daughter is. And you know what I mean? Like, the situation is what it is. Like, but it like for my mom to say the things that she has said to me, like that shit will. My mom told me I tainted our family bloodline. Like that's like
Yeah,
was
that's crazy. Yeah, that's
that's a
crazy for like I feel like the black and white thing's been dead for a while. Like I was talking about like the like people from like India usually like they'll just own the person and cut them off totally. Like the black and white I feel like has been I guess 2023 I feel like it's a normal thing now. But I guess your mom is old school here because I haven't heard like that in a while. Like
nah. That shit hurt my soul. Like that
okay,
shit hurt my soul to the core. Like I
yeah,
couldn't even believe like a mother would say that to their own child. But
right,
like I have to just realize that, she feels very strongly within her beliefs. I'm just glad she didn't, but because I mean, obviously she didn't raise me to be that way. Like I have
yeah,
like my two oldest friends, like that I am still friends with to this day. I met them both in fifth grade. I'm 37 now. We're still as tight as we ever were, and they're both white. Like, you know what
yeah.
I mean? So she definitely didn't raise me to, you know what I mean? Like, discriminate or anything like that. So I'm thankful that didn't rub off on me.
Yeah,
Like
I tell you, like one of my best buddies, he was a grade below me, but he's a black dude, and he's one of my best friends, still to this day. And like I like having him, especially with some of the racial stuff with the cops. Like I'll run something by him, like you know, like what do you think about this? And he'll give me his thoughts on it, and like for instance, like just an example, like we talk about, the cop stuff a few years ago, and it'd be like, yo, basically they're afraid, like a lot of like the white cops, so they want to go home, so they're gonna just shoot because they are scared. Like so, a scared cop is a dangerous cop, and I never really thought about that till like he said that. And I like bouncing stuff off him like that because I mean we grew up together, we're not much different, we don't live far apart still, but like it's I like to get his perspective as a black man on stuff because it's different perspective, even though look, I grew up like in a town 47% black, 38% white. My mom, like the hippie generation, doing the rights walks, she almost named me Jesse Jackson, bro. Like she almost named me that. I was like, yo, because like her favorite line is, "It doesn't take a man to make a baby; it takes a man to raise a baby." Like that's my mom's like favorite line. But whatever. So anyway, let's move on. Though. Let's move on. We're gonna get a couple more things, and then we'll talk about some MMA, and then I'm gonna hit you with the rapid fire, Andre. Easy.
all right.
It's gonna be good. So tell us about your wrestling times. Like I see a lot. You kicking the dude in the face by the truck. You going off the top rope. Like tell the people about your wrestling days because you're also a pretty big dude. Like I remember somebody was threatening you on Twitter, and you're like, yo, I'm like 6'4", bro. Like I'll fuck you up in real life. Like you know what I mean? Like so tell us about your wrestling days though.
Shit. I started wrestling in 2001. I was a kid, dude. I wasn't even an adult yet. I was like 16 years old when I first got into wrestling.
Yeah.
Um, Back in them days, fuck man, the wrestling company that I wrestled for, like we didn't even have a wrestling ring. We were literally just wrestling in parks and fucking like on some real like backyard type shit.
Crazy.
And eventually we rented a ring from a former pro wrestler, Tonga Kid actually, who used to wrestle in the WWE. Um, we started wrestling. We started renting the ring out from.
Go ahead,
Whoa.
keep talking.
We started renting the ring out from him, and from there we started renting out venues, setting up the rings in venues, having little shows, and like starting to become more professional type. You know what I mean? But we also had to get actual trainers to come in and really really train the guys to wrestle to just be legitimate for the company to be legitimized. And shit, they're still going to this day. um TWF is the name of the company. Very 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 they're taken very seriously now these days, and it feels good to be a part of that, a part of helping that company come up. And shit, I won every championship there, so I'll always be grateful for that. I was the first black wrestler to ever win every championship for that company, so that'll always be a big part of
Can't take that away
it.
from you. Can't take that
Yeah,
away.
exactly. And from there, I ventured off to a company called. I moved back to TWF is based out of Sacramento. Well, no, they were based out in Tracy originally, but now they're based in Sacramento. I moved back to San Jose, where I'm originally from, and there was a company quite similar to TWF, actually, doing the same thing, running shows out of their house and stuff like that. And then they eventually, legitimized themselves into a legit company too. They're really, really big these days. Wrestling is crazy, man. Um, it's a lot of wear and tear on your body, a whole lot of wear and tear on your
Yeah, I was
body.
gonna
Like,
say, like, what kind of injuries did you receive doing that?
oh my God, what it'd be easier to tell you the injuries I haven't received. I've cracked my ribs. Dislocated my wrist. Shit, what else? Shit. Oh, my two front teeth are fake.
Damn, they
A
drop
lot of
out.
people,
can you bring them down, or they're in there?
nah. Well, what happened was we were wrestling in a gymnasium, and I took a move where I don't know if you watch wrestling at all. Do you watch wrestling?
So I watched it back in the day, and I stopped watching it, and then like I like watch a lot of Macho Man type. Although I have watched a couple of those Logan Paul clips, man, he seems like he's got some talent, bro, for like a dude that like didn't really do it. Like I've seen some stuff he's doing, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you said a move's name, I might know it because it's just like my being a kid when I
Okay,
watched
are
it,
you
like the ring.
familiar? Are you familiar with a bulldog?
Is it almost like a pile driver only straight across, or no?
It's like Rick Steiner used to do it off the top rope. That was his finisher. He basically grab you in a headlock like this, and they like run and like plant your face on the mat.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
So we were wrestling in a gymnasium, and we were outside of the ring, and I took a bulldog on the hardwood floor, and instead of turning my face, like I just took it, like I just face planted, and boom, like I knew immediately my fucking teeth were gone. They didn't knock out completely, but half of both of them got knocked out. So I just had them filled in. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably the one that pains me the most because motherfuckers were roasting me all fucking day. It was bad. I looked like a fucking vampire.
I mean, it's funny they're roasting you. Like you got your teeth knocked out, and like they're roasting you. Like what? You did it for them.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? But
I,
wrestling's to sum it up, it's crazy. It's a very wild environment. Like wrestling brings out some of the craziest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. And unless you're in WWE or AEW or you're trying to work your way towards there, like it's not going to be really profitable. I mean, I guess you can make it profitable, but in order to make it profitable without wrestling at one of those giant companies, bro, you're wrestling 24/7. Like you're driving all over California, whatever state you may be driving to other states. Like you're on the road 20. It's just like the wrestlers you see on WWE. It's very grueling. It's a lot of driving. It's a lot of fucking dedication.
yeah, I mean, and also like, you got to bring. You got like we can't see your face. Bring it up a little. Like I
I'm
see. There
sorry.
you
I'm
go.
sorry. I'm sorry.
So my buddy went to rehabs with the WWE guys in Florida. Funny story. And like he was living with Andrew Test Martin, and
Oh,
I think he
nice.
might have been the one that maybe found him dead. But like that guy's 6'8" doing acrobatic stuff. It's like you're a big guy too doing this acrobatic stuff. Like these dudes hurt their backs, and like once your back is hurt, like your life is changed. You know what I mean? Like you're like I know there's opioid problems, fentanyl problems, but like when you have real back pain and you're that big, like you are going to take whatever to feel okay because your back is like your whole system. You know what I mean?
We'll see. That's a funny thing you talk about backs.
Yo, we
That's
still,
probably
I still like your cut off at your mouth, just so you know.
that's it. That's
There we go. Sorry.
the funny thing about backs. It's funny you talk about backs. That's probably the most damage I've done to my body. It didn't help that I already had back problems like growing up, like I had scoliosis and shit like that. So wrestling did not help with that. And then I also got into a car wreck where I fractured three vertebrae in my back. Like it was gnarly.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. So, like, not only are you a large person, you're doing acrobatic stuff. You got in car accident, you had scoliosis. Like your back, yeah, dude. You better take care of your back because I'm telling you, like that'll take years off your life. Like
Nah,
back injuries.
bro, when I say my back is fucking killing me, as like at this very, my, dude, I woke up with my back in immense pain because, I mean, after the car accident, like I went back to wrestling. Like eventually, I went
Right.
back to wrestling, despite, I mean, it was probably more of an ego thing than anything, just for the simple fact that like when, because after my accident, like I was seeing a chiropractor regularly and shit like that, and he pretty much try to tell me like as far as like athletics goes, you're
Stop
done.
doing that shit.
You're
Yeah.
done. And in my head I was like, nobody tells me when I'm done. I tell me when I'm done. So it was more of a pride thing than anything. But
Sure.
like yeah, my back's fucked, dude. My back is fucked. And it's been but I know there's also things I can do to make it less fucked, and I haven't been taking the time to do it lately. But I'm really just denying myself in the end. But there's definitely back stretches you can do and things like that every day, like and really good ones too. Like you'll feel a hell of a lot better. I just haven't been on my shit, man. I've just been. I need to get remotivated
Yeah.
for a lot of things
Yeah.
right
You need to
now.
snap
I'm
out.
trying.
You also want to apologize. I can see your face on the feed, but when I go look down below on the streamer, that's where you're cut off. So I apologize. I can see you fine. Like I didn't know. Like I'm looking at you where down below where we are. You see us down below.
Oh yeah, I see
I
it
can
too.
see only your nose. I'm like, but I look up. I'm like, oh, there you are. So I apologize for that. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay. I thought
hopefully,
I was tripping.
yeah. Nah, you aren't tripping. It was me.
That's all
So
good.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Like hopefully your back doesn't get you later in life because I feel like as I got older, like injury, they say injuries come back to get you, like that you did. It's true, man. Stuff will ache, and you're like, damn, what the hell was it? Like, oh, that was not happening when I was like 19. Like, why does it hurt now? Anyway, let's move on. So I want to plug your podcast, like your podcast, you and Steezy. We're only 24 minutes in. I haven't plugged your podcast, but I had to get through the Method Man, had to get through the wrestling, had to get through your description of MMA Twitter. So now we're still here, but tell us about the podcast. We know you're on Spotify now, but people should check it out.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Um, the podcast. Well, it wasn't me and Steezy to begin with. I had a I had an MMA podcast with somebody else from MMA Twitter, but it just didn't work out with us. We'd never got into it or anything like that. It was just kind of, it was more like he had another podcast that he was more dedicated to. It seemed like anytime I tried to get together to put out an episode, I just felt like I was kind of getting the runaround basically. And I gotta understand that the podcast he was doing, which was a true crime podcast, it was hitting. And that people, way more people were drawn to that than ours, especially since we were just starting, you know what I mean? So his focus was, you got to focus on what's getting the numbers, and I understand that from a business aspect. So I left it alone. And me and Steezy had just he was new to Twitter. He had just started. We had been following each other, and then he just happened to make a tweet one day saying, um, I want to do an MMA podcast. I fucking DM'd him immediately, and I was like, dude, I'm so down. Let's do this. And yeah, that's how that went.
But y'all got thrown off of YouTube, right? You're just on Spotify now. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, unfortunately, I would like to make a YouTube channel again, just because more traction's more traction.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I was told when YouTube shuts down a channel, they usually shut down all your channels.
Right.
But when they shut down the podcast channel, it wasn't the main channel on my I have three YouTube channels. I
Yeah, I
have a
got like
wrestling
5.
I have a wrestling one. I have the podcast one, and then I have one that's like more for me, like doing comedy and whatnot. Um, and they shut down the podcast one, but they left the other two. So
Mhm.
I was thinking of just maybe taking the comedy podcast that I have and just turning it back into the Steezy and Easy podcast. I've been thinking about that, but I'm kind of curious to see how Spotify will do. It does seem like we do get more views on YouTube than we do Spotify, but I mean, we just put it out yesterday.
I got an idea for you, man, because you're so calm and chill. Like, so I got a hot sauce, like YouTube, and I do it with my daughter a bit. She likes to try stuff. We try stuff, but I've been doing the shorts, the YouTube shorts, and I'll get like 10,000 views on like pouring some like broth into like a soup. So like they're between 15 seconds and 60 seconds. I could see you just coming on and like either like I like the well, you can't do the Little Wayne rap you did because that'll get flagged. But like I think you could just probably do a short real quick, bang, do something, and you'll get some views, bro.
That's
Like,
honestly what I got popped for. It was the shorts, but the shorts weren't me talking. The shorts were like UFC fight clips and shit. And
yeah,
that's what I got flagged for, actually. And that's what I was doing to try to, you know what I mean, like just not only bring more content to the channel, but bring more viewers in quicker because I noticed like the shorts get a lot of
yeah,
traffic.
it's crazy.
And my shorts were doing good numbers. Unfortunately, I didn't know that they were getting striked. Like it'll usually say on the bottom
Right.
of the YouTube video, it'll say like copyright claim or copyright strike. None of those videos said that though, so I thought they were good. But
Right.
like when I looked at the email when they shut us down, I was like, oh, they've been fucking flagging us. And I just didn't take them down because I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like so,
I,
it was
I
an
don't I
honest,
don't
honest mistake on that on my part, but it fucked us.
I feel like you don't need that stuff. Like I don't need that stuff either. Like if I'm gonna go on, I don't really care. I try not to put nothing that's not mine on now because like it's just not like that faster beat I have there on my I call it faster beat on my intro. I had to speed it up because I got flat. It said it was a free like beat, so I used it and then I saw a copyright claim. Like no, because I'm not like for an intro. I'm not gonna be copyright claim. So I sped up that beat and I haven't had an issue with this since. But
Yeah, see, that's crazy because like when we first when we first started doing the podcast, like the little intro, little generic theme that was playing in the beginning, I made that myself,
right
and I got copyright. I was like, how the fuck did I get
by
copyright claims for a
yourself,
beat I made? I
it's
made the beat, yeah.
wild.
And but now the intro is it's actually he's a battle rapper. His name is Ziggy B.
Okay.
He's got a lot of followers on Twitter actually. He's got like over 100K for sure. And he does music, but I believe these days he primarily does
Crazy.
battle raps.
Sorry, I meant to mute myself there. I need my refill girl to come. I don't want to get up and end this. So I want to not end this, but like I want to break. So I'd call my assistant.
No, you're good. You're good. But I think he primarily does battle raps now. But I was he one of the little music videos he did popped up on my feed. One of his little music videos popped up on my feed one day, and I was like, bro, can I have permission to use this as the intro of my
Right.
podcast? And he had no problem with it. So yeah, I've
And
been
then
using
did
it
it
ever
take
since.
down any flags on it? Because I feel like you might not even know. Like he might not even know that he has like that YouTube is searching for this like to like busk people on. You know what I mean?
Because I think it's a song that he only has on Twitter, I think it's fine. Because I had never gotten having that intro was never an issue at
That's
all.
true. So let's move on past that. So yeah, check him out on Spotify, Steezy and Easy. Yo, good dudes, good content. Check it out. So next up, with this dog, man. I got 3 dogs now, man. I got this. We got these 2 little munchkin dogs, right? And then I got this for my daughter. It was in South Carolina. It's a bulldog face, but it's pit bull, so it's like it's jacked. This dog is jacked. It only survived like 8 of its siblings died in an abandoned house. This is the only survivor. This is like a survivor dog, but she's so jacked. Hey, stop it! And like we tried to have them together. They were good for the first couple of days. And then this little dog we have likes to get in her face. Finally, the bulldogs had enough. And the bulldog, this thing's 60 pounds, like can like snap his neck in a second. So like we got to keep him separate. So that's why like he's like bugging a little bit. He thinks he's the alpha dog. He's at that Napoleon syndrome, you know? Anyway, so he's not barking now. So we're going to continue. Now, so this is one of my favorite things about you, man, on Twitter. I'm going to show my shirt. My buddy got me this that I just talked about before. This is the fuck around, find out chart. So you on Twitter, man, like you are known to get drawn into a battle and you just can't help it. Like you were saying before when you talked about, but I have this question for you. You're known to get into a battle or get drawn in more than you should. Like, and I do it too. You do it more. Like, are you? So the question is, there's 2-part question. Like, you can talk about how you get drawn into these, and sometimes it's like a dude with no followers. You'll get into it. I do it too. There's a couple real trolls that I don't block anybody either. Like, that's my thing. I feel like blocking is weak, which weakness. So I never block. But like, you'll get drawn into some shit, and I'm like, oh, here he goes, you know. And like, so are you like that in real life? Is the second part of the question. Like, are you? In real life, are you the same? Because like I feel like I try to be the same on Twitter. I'm maybe more outlandish because like of my real life job, I got to be somewhat under control. But Twitter is like an alter ego. But like, are you like this in real life too? Getting drawn into shit that you should like you have no business in, or what?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Definitely not as much because in my
As
real
you get
life,
older, right? You just don't want trouble, but.
Yeah, in my real life, I'm typically dealing with people that I actually know, whereas opposed to Twitter, I'm just dealing with a bunch of random fucking idiots that I don't
Right.
know. So I have no problem like going off on like when you're dealing with people you know in your actual life and they're your friends and they're people you care about. You know what I mean? You try to be more mindful and take more consideration into how you go about situations. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not so quick to argue with my friends like I am on Twitter, so I
Right.
shouldn't have said that.
Because
It just depends on the
Twitter's the Wild
situation.
West, right?
Yeah.
Like Twitter's a
I,
shootout.
I get into it. I get into it with people in group chats that I actually like too. Sometimes, like it just something. Sometimes I can just. I got a temper. I got a temper. I feel like I'm a lot better about it in real life now, but like when it comes to dealing with people on the internet, like I feel like I get mad pretty quick. And I leave group chats all the time, get back in the group chats and apologize all the time. I do it all the time. Like I just have a temper. It's like you can you can openly be. It's easier to be openly angry on the internet than it
Right.
is in real life. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of get a little carried away. And but that's the thing about me though. Like I can snap and you know what I do, but when it's all said and done, I'll be quick to admit that I was wrong and apologize. You know what I mean? There's a couple of people that I felt like I unjustly snapped on and ended up apologizing. I have no problem doing that. I feel like as a
Yeah.
man, you can
Right.
always admit when you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like I don't
And,
try to be like just a person that like just wants to fucking beef with everybody because I really
right.
don't. But when the shit crawls, I never usually skip to voicemail.
Right. You're gonna pick it up.
I
You're gonna
usually have
pick it
time.
up. Now, like I gotta tell you, like we actually never had any beef on a timeline. But like a lot of my at least reads about the fight. She's from 2 towns over. Now I got a lot of my good friends on Twitter though. I've battled with and like then been cool with. Like we never had that. We've always been pretty cordial to each other. But like a lot of the guys that I've become like good friends with on Twitter, like you, like I've like had like arguments with, and I know they're real if they can like not block me or be a little bitch about the argument. Like, yo, if you can like disagree and then move on. I feel like that's how America used to be, and that's how it should be. Like we don't have to agree, but like we like to run and block or be a little bitch to the core. Like it's hard for me to deal with them. And there's tons of those little no avatar having dudes out there. But like my best friends on Twitter are usually dudes I've battled with. And just they're man enough to be like, all right, and say like, that was fun. Like now we're cool. Like, and we move on. You know what I mean? But then there's some little bitches out there that you're not gonna be friends with. Right?
Now, there's a couple of people that I've had funk with. You know what I've noticed about Twitter? Like once you've had beef with somebody and you unfollow them, I feel like they'll never follow you back for the most part. Like there's been plenty of beefs I've squashed and we're cool and we'll talk to each other and shit, but they'll never follow you back.
That's weird because, like, again, like I'll never unfollow somebody else. They unfollow me. Like we can argue all we want. If I follow you and you follow, you're gonna unfollow me first. Then I'll unfollow you back. Like I'm not gonna follow you if you don't follow me. But if somebody like unfollows me, I gotta watch for that, I guess. But like anyway, so yeah, you're one of the dudes that gets into it. That was my question. So let's get into MMA
Dude,
stuff.
I blocked somebody the other day because we kind of got into it. But I really like her as a person, and it's just me being like I got a quick temper. I really do, and I'll be the first one to admit it. So I unblocked her recently. Like I don't know if we'll ever be cool again, but like I enjoy her as a person. I wouldn't mind seeing her on my timeline again.
I don't know. Some of the girls on MMA Twitter are hard to get along with. Like some of them, like. But, and there's a bunch of them that don't follow back. I think they think they're too cool. I don't know what the deal is, but whatever, man.
Bro, social media. Before we move on, I'm just gonna say this. Social media has made women have ridiculously bigger egos than they should have. There's a lot of mid acting like they're top tier. Okay, let's just be real. Anyway.
So yeah, that being said, if you want to battle with Dre, find him on Twitter and argue with him because you could find out, right? Fuck around, find out, right? So let's get into a little MMA. Well, at least Reed's coming out. She's 30 now. My cousin's trained by her. He's 0-2 amateur, but he gets out there. So, who's your favorite fighter of all time, Eazy?
Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva. Yeah, and I've had a couple guys on that have said that, and like people don't know that if Anderson Silva didn't knock you out, he would apologize to the crowd for being boring, like because he like would assault people normally. He was in the Matrix, almost like Roy Jones, right?
He's the closest thing. I feel like Roy Jones Jr. is like the perfect way to Anderson Silva in MMA was like Roy Jones in his prime, honestly. With the head movement and the showboating and the dominance, like
yeah. And then when he wanted to touch you, like he would like when he did the Forrest Griffin when he went up and weight, he just like jabbed him and he was like ran out of the octagon. It was like this dude is like different, you know. And then even when he got, I love Lieben. When he got Lieben, Lieben was like a guy, and this was his debut. I mean, he had Lieben all over the place, and was like, damn, because Lieben likes to throw. And you're like, man, this guy's different. And like Anderson Silva, everybody, Father Time waits for nobody, but Anderson Silva lived in the Matrix for a while, kind of like Roy.
It's funny because Roy Jones Jr. is also it's probably my favorite boxer of all time. Yeah, they were both really, really fun to watch. They loved to put on a show. They were very good at making their opponents look stupid.
Exactly. And they like, you know, like they had good chins till they didn't, you know what I mean? And then they didn't, but like Roy Jones was so hard to hit. So was Anderson, that they had their hands down a lot. Obviously they paid for that when they got a little older, but yeah, they were special, man. And like, people don't know, like, you know, when Adesanya, like we called the point fighter, like Anderson legit had to like say sorry. He'd be like, sorry, I didn't like kill the dude for you guys. You know what I mean? Like it was like if he had a decision, he was apologizing to the crowd, and the crowd, like, you know, it's like, dude, like this guy goes out there and like usually obliterates people, you know? So who's your favorite current fighter, Eazy?
That's a tough one, man. There's shit. It's hard to say, really. Like, there's a lot of fighters I like, but I'm trying to think of like who gets me like really amped,
Mm-hmm.
like when I hear that he's got a fight coming up or he's
Right.
about to come out and fight. I'd have to fuck, man. It was Kevin Holland, but like his performances are very disappointing. It's hard to.
Yeah.
Alex Caceres is one of my favorite fighters ever.
I gotta tell you, like he's really that guy resurrected himself, and he was killing prodigies on. That was cool when he was like he really like he's been pretty special, Caceres, you know, like resurrecting himself because he took some bad beatings early. I remember like man, like this guy's taking a fucking beating.
I was a big fan of John Dodson.
Yeah, you seem like the underdogs. Now, like it's funny. So you're like a little old. Like I'm 43, you're 30s, like late 30s. Like it's when that question is harder for guys like our age because we don't follow these guys like NASCARs. Like I feel like these new fans, like they say a Tony fan or somebody that got in because of Connor, like they think Connor is a car, right? And like Connor can fix his gas tank. Connor can't fix his gas tank. Like they think that like they are like so bought in, and that's why we argue with like Islam fans. Me and you are like I like to just watch fights. Like that's a hard question for me too. Like who's my favorite current fighter? Because like I respect anybody that goes in there and like fights. Like Chimaev, I don't really like because it's easier to say who I don't like. Like for him to say I'm going to smash Kevin Holland and kill him and not land one punch on him. Like again, and Holland had a bad performance, but he got a bag of money and didn't even get hit. Like Khabib grew on me late, easy, but like Khabib, when he said I want to smash somebody, he'll fuck them up at least. Like that person will get beat on. Like, but anyway, the new fans though they like get stuck with their dudes, and then when their dude's chin is broken, they don't really like understand it's not fixable. You know what I mean? Oh no, he's gonna be fine. No, he's not fine. He's not a car. Like once his chin is broken, it's broken. Like Chuck Liddell was one of my favorites when I started watching, and he had a granite chin until he didn't. Edgar, granite chin until he didn't. Right? Like these guys had chins till they didn't. But it's not fixable. You know what I mean?
No, it's not. Like I mean, I think maybe time away helps. I feel like in some cases, because I feel like Luke Rockhold held up pretty well against Costa. I thought he was going to
did.
get
That was
swept.
weird.
But I mean, I chalked it up to, I mean, I'm not a doctor. So, I mean, I really don't know, but I chalk it up to not being active and not constantly getting hit all the time. Like, I would imagine that. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I do feel like when it's gone, it's gone. I feel like, did Cody Garbrandt get knocked out? I'm trying to think if he got knocked out in his last fight. I know he got knocked out against Kai Kara France. Was that his last fight? See, I
I
can't
think
pull
so.
anything up right
That's
now
the
because I
thing. That's the
don't.
thing. That's the thing about him. Like like again, there's guys that like say like Johnny Walker. Like people are like, oh, he's back because he's got some fan base. Like bro, he fought the worst striker maybe of all time in the light heavyweight division, and like he didn't get knocked out because that dude has no striking. Like he's the only guy Johnny Walker doesn't have to worry about. You know what I mean?
No, we were just talking about Johnny Walker on our podcast, like because he was talking about he wants to be a 2 division champion. I'm like, bro, get some traction in this. I was like, win one belt first before you talk about all that. Like, chill. You're not even in any position at getting a lightweight title shot, light heavyweight title shot based on he has won his last 2, but those aren't 2 notable wins that are even putting him in the talks of a title
I mean, it's
shot.
the best matchup possible for him. Was the Scottish dude like if he fights Jury Teixeira, he's got Anthony Smith coming up. Who now Anthony Smith is a guy that maybe is resurrected. Remember, he's got his teeth knocked out, and he looked like he was done. He almost got beat up by the home invader guy. Like he's kind of resurrected, but he does space his fights out now, Anthony. Right? So, but like I think that's a dangerous fight for Johnny. I mean, finally a dude that can throw some punches. But like, yeah, 2-time champ, bro. I was there, you know, at the Masvidal Diaz. I was there in the Garden when he got put into the shadow realm by Corey Anderson, I believe. Like he was put into he was gone, you know, he was fucking gone that night. Like, and he's been put in the shadow realm 3 times. Like, he's still only like 30, I guess, or was he 29? Like the good thing is he's under. I think before 30, your chin can kind of be okay, but once you're over 30 and you get put the shadow realm, it's hard to come back.
I feel like I feel like some people are just built different. There have been some cases where, like, I mean, everybody thought Glover's chin was shot, but I mean, he took some nasty shots from Hill. He was taking some nasty head
Oh, at
kicks.
least Reed just tapped. Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, I just think some people are just built different.
Yeah, I mean the heavyweight division, like you can go back and forth with your chin, like that's a division that like it seems to be like, you know, like dudes like Mir's chin was gone for a while, and he kind of like didn't get into those kind of exchanges. I don't know, heavyweight division. I feel like heavyweight anybody get knocked out pretty much anytime. Anyway, next question: who is your least favorite fighter of all time? Easy.
Of all time? Oh
Yes.
my God. I feel like that should be easy for me, but
Right.
least of all time though, like that's hard because I dislike a lot of fucking fighters. um, shit. Fuck, man. I'm just gonna say Tony Ferguson
Okay.
because he's just easy. He's so easy for me.
Yeah. So what would make me not like somebody like when he was talking about beating up his high school wrestlers and breaking their ribs, like that kind of stuff would make me not like you. Like stuff in the ring is. Again, Chimaev saying he's the best boxer of all time and then shooting for a leg in the 4th second. But I feel like the dudes that back Chimaev more so make me more angry at Chimaev. Like, I get it, bro. Get in and get out of the ring as fast as possible. Like, I don't have hatred for that. You know what I mean? But, like, these dudes that talk about some of their skill sets, it kind of makes me mad at them. I don't like O'Malley. I don't mind his skill set. I don't like some of the stuff he says outside the octagon as a role model for people.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, least favorite fighter of all time. Yeah, I mean, Ferguson. So what's your hatred of Ferguson for?
Here's the thing. I don't know if this has anything to do with being in wrestling all these years and playing the bad guy in wrestling, but for some reason, like when a lot of people gravitate to a fighter, it kind of makes me dislike him. It's
Right.
either, oh, no. I take it back. John Jones.
I was going to say, I know you're a John Jones hater.
John Jones.
Yeah. Again, so for me, I know why somebody like you too, like any man actually, like Dana White, I'm not gonna get over him hitting his wife. Like it's something that changes my whole philosophy on a dude. Like if I know that you on camera hit your woman, like as a grown man, that's hard for me to get past. But John Jones is an evil dude. Like I'm good at reading people. Like look, as a black man like yourself, like you got to read people quick as well, especially with like racism and your late 30s, like in the
Talk
90s. What?
I said, talk that talk. No, you're
Yeah, but for me too, like where I grew up, I had to read people quick. Like some of my academics failed me because of like my mind is reading the person. John Jones, when I look at him, he's talking with Arthur Jones, and Arthur seems friendly and like a jolly kind of dude. And look at John, you're like, man, this dude is like to the core, like an evil motherfucker. Like you could tell, like there's something wrong with him. Like, and then like I coached some wrestling. I know wrestlers are a little off usually. Yo, no D1 program touched John Jones. Like that show because wrestlers are whacked. Like, but they'll still touch him if they got skill. He out wrestled Cormier, a silver medalist, right? He did it to show us he could, right? Like he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna show y'all what's up. No D1 program touched Jones because he was so character flawed that no coach was like, I'll take a chance on this dude because he's just a sick athlete, right?
No, see, I didn't know that.
That's how
I didn't know that.
he is.
I didn't know
Right?
that. I didn't know that. I didn't know
He
that.
was a JUCO champ, right? Now, he's a JUCO champ. Imagine like say like I'm a junior college wrestler, like an average high school wrestler, and I see John Jones over there. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? Like, cause he won the junior college national champion, right? But nobody touched him because he was too crazy. Like, I mean, that's just I don't know if that's like factual, but I know that like there's been more flawed guys I've seen like arrests that a D1 program will take a risk on. And his brothers are NFL guys. They played in college football. Like they were taken. John is like a messed up human, bro. Like, but he's he's still, to me, I mean, you hate him, so you're not going to give me this, but he's still the best mixed martial arts, like the best fighter to walk. Like, and part of it's because he's mean. And I'm not sure. People will say cocaine is not like a performance enhancer. I think it numbs his brain into evil. Like, so, like, it's not that it won't help him physically, but I think like he does need that, like, to flick his mind. Like, not that he does it before a fight, but like building up to the fight to numb his crazy ass. He's nuts, bro. He's an evil person.
I'll put it to you like this. Despite the fact that I don't like John Jones, if he didn't have so many repeated uh, performance enhancing violations, I'd probably give him the go, despite not liking him. Because when it comes to judging fighters on that, I'm not judging him on his character. I'm judging him on his fight criteria. And if it wasn't for all the fucking positive drug tests, I would give him GOAT status. It would be stupid not to, but
But
I definitely think it taints his legacy.
You can't give it to Anderson then, because he's also been popped, though, right?
He hasn't been popped multiple times though. He's been popped once.
Yeah,
and
but
I felt like he was popping steroids to heal his leg faster. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Look. Like me and my boy.
Because it was one time, I got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Like, we watched a long time. Like, you saw, like, when USADA came in, like, a lot of the Brazilians had to relearn how to fight, because they were, and again, a lot of the Americans are on it too, but like they had to relearn how to fight and fight differently because of getting off steroids. So again, I'm not, like, again, this, like, baseball is a steroid era. Like, I mean, Jones is evil. So I think, and as he's got bigger, I think, like, definitely cutting down to 205, he was using stuff to cut for sure, because he really shouldn't be 205 as he was getting older. And he's also using a lot of masking agents to mask his, like, street drug use, John. But he's like Barry Bonds. Like, would he have been really good without it? Yes. So would Anderson, though. You know what I mean? Like, Anderson doesn't. Those guys use it maybe because their opponents also are. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. We could argue back and forth all you want, but put it this way, bro. I know you got the little the greenery there. Me and my boy talk about this, and now a lot of UFOs going around right now, right? Yo, if we have to send one fighter to fight one alien fighter, yo, if we can TRT Jones. If we can TRT, I got these dogs on nuts. If we can TRT Jones up, we're sending John Jones to fight this alien, bro. Like, who you sending?
Francis.
No way, man. You're not sending Francis. Come on, man. Like, yo, Khabib is sending Jones. Like, yo, we're sending Jones. If our daughters and our lives depend on it, as much as you know he's the scumbag. We're sending Jones, bro. We're sending Jones to fight the alien. If they want one fighter, bro, we're sending Jones. Anyway, yo, are you ready for the rapid fire, dude? I hope these dogs will let us do this. Are you ready for the rapid fire?
I'm ready.
So I'm going to take a little drink here of my drink. Now, also, if you notice me picking on my teeth, I got a problem, Eazy. I've showed other people this. Don't judge me, bro. This is everything bagel seasoning, bro. I eat this shit with a spoon. You see me? I don't know why. It just goes well with a drink, and it's a problem.
What is it? What is it?
You know everything bagel seasoning?
No.
You know on everything bagel, the seasoning?
I have nope.
You ever see a bagel with seasoning on it?
Oh God, no.
Yo, look at it. Look at
and you
this.
just eat those raw. Oh, dude.
This shit is a major problem, Steve. Easy. Like, this is a major problem I have. I need rehab.
Yeah, you just might.
Is that crazy?
Oh my God, I've heard some shit, boy, but man, I didn't.
Right? I know. I'm sorry. I'm ashamed. That's
wild.
All right, so the way rapid fire works is, if you haven't watched the show to the point, because we've got on 55 minutes. I might cut this and bruise to the front, because people love the rapid fire. I created 27 questions for you because I had to go a little extra far for you. But it's 27 questions. Do not really think. Just say your answer. Don't explain it. Just unless I ask you, and we're just gonna go. Are you ready? You might want to take another pull. You want to take another pull before you do this?
That's probably a good idea. Or a bad idea.
Whatever, man. We're here, and it's we're gonna do what we got to do. We're gonna sing the songs we want to sing. You know what I mean? Okay. Let me check my topology. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any way you can? Hey, is there any way you can pause this? It would stop completely, huh?
What do you mean?
Like, is there any way you can pause the recording?
No, I don't. I can't pause it, but you could just put your stuff down. Why you gotta do something?
Yeah, I got. I'll be right back.
No, I could. I'll fill the time here because this is what I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
talk my
I'll keep.
ass off.
I can keep talking because I got my headset in. So if
It's all
you
good, man. Right now, everybody, too. I'll plug my man from Rush Hour, Jay Smooth. He's probably over there calling the fights. Smooth. I'm not there yet. I'll get there, Smooth. But at Rush Hour MMA, if you don't want to hear Daniel Cormier talk or whoever the hell's talking on this shit, jump over to Rush Hour MMA. We have a group pick'em that I actually won last year, and I won some money. I didn't even pay any money, which was pretty dope. But my picks are pretty good. Usually, I don't use any, although I only have one right out of 3 right now. But I don't use any computer systems like these dudes use. I just go off of what I think. I'm usually pretty right. Like I think I get like 68% right, or something like that. It's pretty good.
It's a pretty high percentage.
It's not bad. Like, like some of the ones I don't know the guys, I'll have an issue on, or like if it's a guy, it's almost like horse racing. Like, where was this guy fighting last? What's his last kind of fights, and like how does he finish? But whatever. So, but Rush Hour MMA, they do a nice job. Sometimes I co-host, have in the past. Eazy knows about it. Dudes from Maryland, Jay Smooth.
Flies that come in.
What's that?
Yeah. Oh, that's not me talking.
I know. I'm gonna put back up.
Is the rapid fire the last
right
part
now,
of the interview? Ooh,
we are interviewing.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's not that. That's Andre Eazy. We're almost an hour in. We are deep into this interview right now, people.
Is this how long you usually go? Is an hour?
No, I try to do 30 minutes because, like, I feel like people don't give a shit after like a certain amount of time. Like their attention spans are like really, really short. But what I do is I'll try to cut up a couple pieces of the interview of the interviews to like just put it out on Twitter so people watch a little bit of it. Something I find interesting. So I'll probably do that at some point for our interview. But yeah, I try to keep it
YouTube fucking shows me how long people watch my podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, they don't watch long at all.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though, like you can't expect them to do that. But this we put this off so long that we're gonna do this till we don't do this. So I'm not too upset about it. I'm just gonna keep it going. But the rapid fire, when you are ready, we are going to do it.
I'm just grabbing groceries at the moment.
Oh shit, you carrying shit in?
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. That's what grown men do. Oh, we got 2 viewers too. Maybe somebody wants to comment. Thank you. We'll keep it flowing while Eazy does. What he's got to do. Ooh, that was a burp. That one. Oof. Anyway, so big fight night, everybody. Tonight we got Volk versus Islam. We're gonna get Eazy's picks later on that. And the Super Bowl also we're going to discuss a minute at the end of after we do the rapid fire once Eazy gets back to doing his man chores, because look, we all got man chores. I'm fighting these dogs the whole interview. He's fighting getting these groceries in, and this is just part about being a man in America. We got to do stuff now. It's not like back in the 30s when you're like, yo, you're all going to carry
stuff in here too, though.
Dog. What?
Yeah.
Men got to do stuff. You know what I mean? Also, I'm looking at my Twitter right now as we speak. That Prime shit is gross. What do you think about that Prime shit?
I've never had any.
So we bought it for my kid. She brought it to school. We told her don't do that, but she's in 7th grade. She don't listen. And a couple kids drank it and were like sick from it. I mean, they're pussies. Like, you don't get sick from a Gatorade, but that shit is gross. Like, I'm not really sure why people think it's good. Or England, I had one of my boys from England on Twitter. He's like, yo, can you ship me some? Because, like, we can get, like, a couple grand for, like, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. And, like, I wasn't even into it because that's not how I make money. But, like, I'm like, wait a second. Like, people are paying hundreds of dollars for this shit? Like, it tastes like dog water. It's nasty. Oh, guess who we got in the house, bro? We got Stewie in the house. And Stewie always comes with this. Take them inches in sight. Like Stewie, I know you're probably crossing over. Yeah, inches for the panel. Yeah, and he wants you to take the inches too, Steezy. He's like, yo, take those
Whoa,
inches.
whoa, whoa. Yeah, there will be none of that.
That's
Sorry.
what Stewie does, though. Stewie's probably at Rush Hour MMA as well. You can catch Stewie at Rush Hour telling you to take them inches, right, Stewie? You know the deal.
Stewie's
Stewie,
wild.
you came at the right time, Stewie, because we're gonna be doing rapid fire once he gets those groceries in, and and then I'll let him give the answers, and I can just give the question. But Stewie, what do you think about this shirt? My boy I can only wear this around when there's no kids around. It's a fuck around and find out levels. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of my favorite shirts, but I can't wear it when there's children around, and I'm in my 40s, so there's always goddamn children around. Children are always freaking around asking for shit. I'm surprised I haven't been down this for an hour. Surprised
dude,
nobody's
I got like
asking for anything.
one more thing. I got like one more thing, I promise.
It's all good. We got the next fight up to Jack Jenkins, Don Shannis, 32 and 29, both 145 pounds. My girl Elise Reed lost. She got choked out. Not happy about that. Let's see what we got. Cool shirt, right? Yeah, Stewie, this shit is cool, man. This is how we live. You want to fuck around, you can find out. I like the other one too with the chicks about like the unicorn and the crazy chicks. That shit is great too. Like I do love the internet. I think at times I've been to the bottom of the internet. I know Stewie's been to the bottom. Sometimes you get to the bottom of the internet, you're like, damn, I've been. Actually, you know what? Everybody, I went down an Andrew Tate rabbit hole the other day. I went on one of his feeds. He's talking about being in jail and this earthquake in Turkey or whatever. He's like, how scary it is in jail.
Where do you want this?
You can't get out, right? So long story short, I start reading these crazy Andrew Tate people tweeting, and they're like, yo, the only government strong enough to cause an earthquake is the U.S. government, and they caused this earthquake to scare Andrew Tate. And I'm like, holy fuck, bro. Did you just say the U.S. caused the earthquake?
All right, I'm coming back.
I'm talking Andrew Tate. I went down the wormhole on one of his Twitter tweets, bro, and like these crazy bastards were talking about that the U.S. caused the earthquake to scare him in prison, bro. They didn't even cause it in Romania. Like, crazy that they fucking did this shit. Oh, right, Stewie? Like, I had to like pull myself away. I had to pull myself away from this thread, Andrew Tate thread, because I'm like, yo, these people are fucking insane, bro. Like, yo, what kind of grown man values another grown man's opinion as hard as Andrew Tate followers? Like, I'm a grown man. Like, I don't give, like, I might watch what Andrew Tate or Joe Rogan says because I think it's funny or whatever. I get an opinion. I'm not going to follow another grown man that I don't know down like these rabbit holes of craziness, bro. Like, I'm a grown man. I make my own decision. I make my own thoughts. That's the problem right now, bro. All right, yo, are you ready to roll on this? Are you ready to roll on the rapid fire for the people?
I apologize.
We got 3 people watching. We got to do this, bro.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Here we go. Rapid fire. So again, you're gonna answer, all right? We'll get back to you guys. After rapid fire, I'll check the comments. Are you ready to roll? Okay.
Shoot.
Chinese or Mexican food?
Ooh. Chinese.
Mustang or Camaro?
Camaro.
Blonde or brunette?
Blonde.
Jeans or yoga pants?
Yoga pants.
Yeah, hell yeah. Target or Walmart?
Walmart.
What's your favorite planet?
Uranus.
It rolls on its side. Favorite part of Training Day, the movie?
Favorite part of Training Day. That is so random. Oh my god!
This is called rapid
fire. The part where he says "my nigga."
Oh yeah, you put that up there a lot. Yo, and as I get older, I can't. I had to pass growing up. I try not as a grown man to use that at all. But hey, tacos, soft or hard shell?
Hard shell.
Favorite WWE wrestler
of all time?
Yes.
D'Lo Brown.
And he's not. Yo, bank shot or swish?
What the fuck is that?
In basketball, bro. You use the bank or you fucking swish it.
Oh, swish.
Favorite sport?
Hockey.
Yo, that's crazy coming from black dude. I like what you did right there. Yo, Mims or Mike Jones?
Mims.
Yo, favorite band? See, I could bring it white and black.
What kind of band are we talking about?
Don't matter, bro. Favorite band? That's the question.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Cheesesteak with mushrooms.
Oh wait,
without.
Jackson 5. I take that back. Jackson
Jackson
5.
5. Cheesesteak, mushrooms with or without?
Without.
Without.
Anything without mushrooms. Anything without mushrooms.
Schaub or Tate? Schaub or Tate?
Andrew or Brendan Schaub and Andrew Tate.
Who are you picking? Who you like better?
Oh
You
my God, Andrew Tate.
Christ. Yo, Warheads or Crybabies?
Warheads.
Nice. Yo, don't fuck this up. New Point Break or old Point Break? Don't fuck this up.
What does that mean?
The movie Point Break, new or old? There's one in 2018. There's one in 1992.
I don't think I've seen either.
Yo, Keanu Reeves is fucking Johnny Utah,
Oh, God.
Gary Busey,
I'm not a Keanu Reeves fan, so I'm more than likely to not see that movie.
Patrick Swayze. No.
Nah,
All right, next one's deep. God or no God?
indifferent.
Got to answer.
God.
Good. Low diving board or high diving board? You're a wrestler, so I figured this is an easy one.
High diving board.
Of course. Apple or Droid, Dre?
I got an iPhone. I gotta go Apple.
Yeah. Dentist or prostate? You haven't had a prostate exam. You're 37. But
I have had a prostate exam actually. I've had 3 prostate exams.
I had one 2 days ago, so go ahead. Dentist or prostate?
Dentist.
No, dentist is longer, prostate is quick, but I respect it. Now, this one is a current event question. Are there aliens, Dre?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yep. Yo, what's your favorite Twitter handle, friend?
Favorite Twitter handle, friend?
Yeah, like your favorite Twitter to watch.
Okay, see, you know how people like post those things on Twitter where they'll like tag a whole bunch of people, and then there's always like 50 comments like,
Yes.
"Oh, you left me out. You left
Yes.
me out." Yeah.
This
I
is
don't
rapid
know.
fire, Dre.
Shit, man. I love everybody. I'm gonna take the cheat answer. Nah, I'm gonna cheat. It's easy MMA.
All right, there you go. That's how you get. Yo, stay up or go to sleep.
Stay up.
Nice. Yo, sweet or sour?
Sweet.
Favorite Wu-Tang member?
Shit. I know everybody's gonna expect me to say Method Man, but it's probably Inspected Deck.
Yo, and last question of this rapid fire, which kind of went slower than normal, but it's okay because are you Method Man?
No, I'm not Method Man.
All right, that was the last question. I told you we were gonna cycle back through that, right? I told you that. Okay. So we got we finished that. We got a couple more things to take care of before we get you out of here and we can get to the fights. Here's Stewie though. He's a good follow. We got 4 people in the room.
You put that fucking Method Man picture back up. Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna move past that though. You know, we got past that. King Kong ain't got shit on me is my favorite part. I like when he's like, okay. Like he's like, you know, he's got to like I like also like, yo, Jake, I'm surgical with this bitch. What you want? Also, are you a wolf or a sheep? Like I like that when he's like, yo, you know, like, yeah, there's a lot of good parts. What about like, yo, you got a license, liquor license, yo, Denzel fucking crushes it. I mean, that shit is ridiculous. Yo, he just told you, Stewie said you took them inches. All right, so we're gonna finish up with a couple things here, Andre. We got Makachev versus Volkanovski. Look, I put a couple bucks on Volk because I didn't pick him in my Tapology because I have sense. But if I got to bet my house, it's Mike Makachev. But when the pound for pound number 1 is plus 320, I'm putting some money on that, and I did. But who you got? Like, who you got? This is a hard question because again, I got Islam on my Tapology, but there's money on Volk, and I got to do it. So who do you got? Because this is a fight.
Oh man. Honestly, it could go either way, but I picked Islam, so I mean, I'm gonna stick with that pick.
Yeah. So now,
but for your sake, since you did put money on it, I do hope Volk wins. I will say that. But
look, here's the thing: Islam fans seem to think Islam has this great stand-up, whatever. Look, Islam's been knocked out. Okay. Volk is as good a striker where he could turn power on and off, right? You know that, right? So, like, my thing with it is if Islam, one, thinks he could strike with him, he'll lose. Two, if he cannot get him down, he'll lose. Because Volk is a better striker. I don't give a fuck what the Islam boys say. So if there's two things, if he thinks he's a striker like Usman did, right, versus Edwards, if he thinks he's a striker, if he got confused for a second of who he is, he'll lose. If he does the Chimaev, brings him down and Kimura's him, he'll win. But I mean, that's not fun for me, right? Is that fun for you?
It'd be fun for me because it's who I picked.
But I don't know, man. I don't think it's fun. Look, Khabib earned my respect when he walked down Gaethje. Khabib earned my respect when he stood with Conor. Like, there's times where like you're in these super fights and it's time to show that you can. Like John Jones out wrestling DC is crazy. Like there's times when it's time to show that you are better at all elements. I'll give you one where it didn't work out.
But see, that's the thing, though. Then how come Islam doesn't get the respect for not only dropping Oliveira but submitting him?
Yeah, but Oliveira's been submitted lots of times. Oliveira has been knocked out as well. So like he gets respect, but like he didn't really want to go to the ground with Charles till he was in control, because Charles is dangerous on the ground. So kind of like with Chimaev and Burns. Like people are like, oh well, he fought standing up versus Burns. He fought standing up versus Burns because he had to, okay? And because he didn't want to be on the ground with Burns, and he also had trouble getting Burns down. So these guys that want to go to the ground and just submit guys quick, they'll do it if they can. But when they can't, they got to fight. So, like, it's like Khabib stood with Gaethje and Conor and Dustin to show he could, because he had improved Khabib. So Khabib has my respect in that manner. If Islam stands with Volk and wins and outpoints Volk, I'll give him crazy respect. I just don't see that happening. And if he's confused of who he is, he'll lose, because Volk is a great athlete. He's pound for pound number one, and he's a strong dude, and he doesn't like to lose. But if Makhachev wants to do the Chimaev and take him down and Kimura him, I think he can do that. To me, I don't really care, though, about that. Like, again, yes, he wins the fight. Islam round 3 for Stewie. Mendez took Alex down, right? So that's a problem. I mean, Mendez is only a takedown guy, though, really, if you want to think about it. And Mendez, that was a long time ago too, Stewie. So the guys do improve their takedown defense, like Edwards did, right? Leon improved it, right? Like Leon. I know. Usman got confused by knocking out Masvidal that he's a striker. Hey, I'm still on. See, I got groceries now too, so we have to end this in a second. But so you have Makhachev. So we're gonna finish this up because I cannot pause it with the groceries. But so we got Super Bowl. Who you got?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay, I'm going to my boy's house. I live close to the Eagles. I'm a Jet fan, which is sad. But look, I got this from McDonald's down by Philly today. When I was down by Philly today, look at this box from McDonald's. Shit's dope, right?
No, it's not. I'm a Cowboys fan.
I know what you are, Dre, but so it is what it is. Yo, my man, I'm glad we got this done. Thanks for Stewie for checking in. I'm gonna try to go get these groceries so I don't get yelled at. All right, I gotta take these inches now, Stewie.
I'm mad at it.
Yo, thanks for coming on, man. Yeah, we can run this back in other ways, like just fight previews and stuff. But anytime.
Yeah, man. Anytime we can orchestrate it. It took a while to orchestrate this one, but thank you for having me, man. I'll come back anytime.
Also, I want to add one thing. I know you get down a little bit on yourself and like you don't get productive sometimes. One of my favorite dudes on Twitter, Tag Tuivasa. He's 25 years old. His last tweet, he has a gun in his hand, and 25 years old. And I missed the signs to help him, and he killed himself. That kid, 25. I looked him up, my boy. And so if you ever get down, anybody gets down like that, you can hit Inside Up. I'm a grown man. I don't judge people for anything, depressions or anything. But if you ever get down like that, Mac, always, I'm not in real life with you, but like, people get down, and I missed the cues with my boy Tag, and that kid actually died. So just keep that in mind.
Well, first things first, I want to say my condolences to you, and I'm sorry for your loss. And on that note, I will say I've been down many, many, many times, but I always pick myself back up. That would never be something that I would do to myself personally.
Yes. Yeah.
I've had friends do the same thing, and again, like you, I wish they would have reached out, or I wish I would have reached out, vice versa, before they had to take it to that extreme. And it's unfortunate, but like that's not me.
Yeah, man, that's it, man.
I'm always gonna I'm always gonna crawl myself. I'm always gonna dig myself out of whatever hole I'm in, no matter
Yeah,
what.
and you got a little girl, so you have to. But yo, Easy, enjoy the fights, man. I'll see you
Likewise.
there.